Today I am going to attempt to build a sight tape for the first time. Will it go smoothly? Will it be super frustrating? Let's find out. Alright, first few shots right at 20. Alright, so first shot was right on the money, but the next three were a touch low. So I'm gonna move my sight down a little bit and see what happens. Next couple shots were better, both right on the tape. So now we're gonna move back to 30 and see what adjustments we need to make from there. Psych! I almost already made a rookie mistake. I need to mark with the pen in line with my top indicator here where my 20 is at. Alright, we're back at 30. I'm not going to move my sight, and we're going to see how low I hit. About 2 or 3 inches low, so I'm going to move it down just a smidge. Looking good, just a touch high. I am by no means a phenomenal archer, so being in the tape is good enough for me, especially after we're out past 30. So I'm gonna pull these and scooch on back to 40. Alright, we're right at 40. I'm gonna leave my sight where it was at 30 and see where we hit. Definitely hitting low. Still low, let's bump it down a smidge more. Grouping pretty good, but still low. These were the first two, and the rest are still low. So I'll pull these, hop back to 40 again, bump my sight down a little bit more and see where we're hitting. So we're back at 40, gonna bump the sight down a smidge more. The top one was definitely user error. I'd say for my accuracy and abilities, this is pretty good. So we'll hop back to 50. Back at 50 now, and I am going to move my sight before I shoot, just because the distance between my marks will likely get further as I move back in yardage. So unlike 30 and 40, I am moving my sight a little bit this time. Definitely low, gonna bump it a little bit more. Still hitting a little low, gonna move it a touch more. So here's what those shots are looking like. My first one was low, so I moved it. Then this was my second shot right in the tape. And I can't remember if this was 3 or this was 3. But this one was a little bit of a flyer, and then this one hit low too. But then when I moved it a second time, I hit high. So I'm gonna head back to 50, move my sight up just a smidge, and see if we can't get 2 or 3 in the tape. Back at 50 again, gonna bump it up just a touch. Way left, but in line with the tape. Well, we're definitely trending left. And the group is pretty wide, but we're pretty good vertically on these 3. I'm gonna go ahead, move on back to 60. We're at 60 on the dot. I'm gonna bump it down a touch. If anything, trending a touch high. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna bump my sight down literally a hair, shoot one more time, and we should be good. Back at 60 on the nose. See if we can't make this our last round, eh? Pretty happy with those. An inch low. I'm gonna make the smallest little adjustment. Looks like we might have to shoot one more time. I had this one flyer, and then these four were pretty close. Just the slightest hair low. Let's pull them, try one more time. Think we're looking pretty good. This first one, I dropped my bow hand. These 3 shots felt like they broke pretty good. So, I'm done shooting. I'm gonna mark my tape now where it's at for 60, and then we're gonna find what tape I'm gonna use. So I moved over to my tailgate to give you guys a little bit better a view of what I'm doing. So my sight is still where it's at when I was shooting at 60. I'm gonna make a line with my pen in line with that top indicator right here. Next thing I'm gonna do is move my sight back up to my 20-yard indicator. Then I'm gonna remove the setup tape, leaving my pins right where they're at by unscrewing these 2 screws right here. That should just slide right out. Then I'm gonna pull out my calipers or any device that you can use to measure the distance between 2 points. And I'm gonna get it lined up with my setup tape. It's about spot on right there. Lock that in place. Then I've got the actual sight tapes that come with my sight. You can see they're numbered 1 through 40. I'm going to take the caliper and I'm going to find which one has the most equal distance between the 20 and the 60. Looking like we're right at sight tape either 22 or 23. And the cool thing about Axcel sights is they come with these metal sight tapes, so you don't have to use the paper ones. And see if we've got either one of those. We've got 22. Looks like it does not come with 23. So if I am actually 23, I'm gonna have to order that one. But we'll throw 22 on there. See where we're at. Get our bow back over here. Slide it on up. Get our screws back in. Then as you can see, this indicator is no longer in line with the 20, but the cool thing about them is you can loosen them right here with an Allen and move them up and down to fit where they need to be at on your sight. Move it up. And then it doesn't quite get all the way to the 20, so I'm gonna take the tape off and move it down 1 notch in these holes that they give you. So we got that good and tight in there. I'm gonna go ahead and move the indicator to 20. Get it in line with it there. And tighten that down. So there we go. We've got a sight tape. Got that top indicator in line with the 20. Gonna have to shoot and see where my second pin is hitting at to adjust that bottom indicator, and just shoot in general to see if the tape is on. Because again, I'm a first timer. If I learned anything, it would be to take your time at each yardage and be prepared to shoot a lot of arrows. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.